Hello and welcome to my Porsche 911 Carrera RS. Now this is the 993 version which came out in 1995. Now when I first reviewed this vehicle, I had honestly mixed reviews about it. In its standard form, the Porsche really feels like every single other Porsche. There isn't anything to say like, wow, this is absolutely insane. With its standard power, it comes to 295 brake horsepower with a weight of 1270 kgs. And when it comes to handling, with it being rear engine rear wheel drive, it can be a bit twitchy, but you don't really feel it with the vehicle being standard, because the tires that it comes paired with, as it comes with sports hards if I'm not mistaken, are really well suited for the vehicle. You are able to really push the limits of the Porsche without really fearing for your life. No, you only fear for your life once you start upgrading it. So the one that I am behind the wheel of has 496 brake horsepower with a weight of 990 kgs. And yes, that is a lot more power than standard, and you can really tell in the Porsche. The car is really twitchy, it's very all over the place, but it's so fun and adrenaline pumping that you don't really even mind. The car has massive and insane acceleration, and you see yourself going over 250 kilometers per hour down the Kyoto driving park straightaway. And I mean, it's not even that long of a straightaway. Then when it comes to cornering, well, it's really give or take. It's either how brave are you to actually push the Porsche, because the Porsche does bite back. So yes, 1 minute you think, okay, you know what, the Porsche is handling right, it's just taking you around the corners peacefully, and next minute you're backwards and going towards a barrier. So it's really tricky to actually handle a Porsche, because you never truly know what this wild stallion will do. But let's just say this is still an insane vehicle to own. Just the experience you get from it is unlike any other. Now, how much does it cost to actually get a Porsche like this? Well, for 211,300 credits, this is just the rough estimate of how much the vehicle will cost in the used car dealership, which means yes, it is not always available for purchase. Or you could get it by completing the Cafe Menu Book 31 by winning the Porsche Cup event around the Autodrome full circuit. So yes, you can receive this vehicle for absolutely free, which I love. And what's crazy is you could already have this vehicle. Now, the whole reason we're going over this vehicle isn't because, oh, you know what, I just wanted to highlight it again or for some reason. No, it's because we can now engine swap it. Now with update 1.34 to Gran Turismo 7, we did not only receive the ability to purchase engine swaps, well, we actually received an engine swap for this Porsche. And it's not just any old Porsche engine swap, like we didn't get the 911 engine out of the new Porsches. No, we received the engine from the RAV CTR3, the supercar that RAV produces, and that alone is absolutely bonkers. So this car's engine standard produces 690 brake horsepower, and what's crazy, we can get better performance out of this Porsche than we can out of the RAV supercar, which will actually set you back around what, 900,000 credits. Now this engine will actually set you back a staggering 550,000 credits. Now if we actually look at it like, now if we look at it from the points of view where you did not pay anything for the Porsche, well, 550,000 is not that bad for an engine swap. They are cheaper, but there are much more expensive swaps out there. And this was my cause for concern. With the Porsche already being pushed to its limits with being just under 500 brake horsepower, by the way, you can still increase that power level by adding ultimate parts. I just didn't have the ultimate parts because I didn't think the ultimate parts were needed. And when I tested the vehicle, we couldn't purchase ultimate parts. So now with that being said, with us increasing the power to 690 brake horsepower stock, and then still going on over to the tuning shop and still adding even more power on top of it, bringing the grand total to 926 brake horsepower. We doubled the brake horsepower of the Porsche. So by doubling the brake horsepower, I was so stressed that I just absolutely ruined this vehicle, because if it was struggling all over the place with half the power, doubling it should make it an absolute nightmare. But surprisingly not. Well, even with running a vehicle with no traction control on, it was easier to control and easier to handle than having the vehicle's standard engine being fully upgraded. I don't know how that works, but I found it a lot more trickier to actually keep the standard engine in line compared to the fully upgraded engine swap. The car goes a lot faster, acceleration is improved tenfold, and on Kyoto Driving Park, as I said, with the standard engine being fully upgraded, we are reaching over 250 kilometers per hour, whereas with the engine swap now being in the vehicle, we see us traveling over 300 kilometers per hour on that short straightaway. This Porsche is really unlike no other in game, making it one of the best Porsches you can own in Gran Turismo 7. And honestly, for the money that you're gonna spend on this, it's actually cheaper to get this than to actually get the rough CT 3. And for the same performance and even better performance, it's actually crazy to think about. But the Porsche Carrera RS, if you do not already own this Porsche, you need to. If you haven't tried out the swap, please do. It's insanely fast and it's really unlike no other Porsche engine swap. Especially if you like Porsches, this is such a go-to and a must-have engine swap in Gran Turismo 7. It's so fun, so darty, so just fun. It gives you such a great experience behind the wheel. It's such a fun vehicle and it's just so fun. I know I said fun like 7 times there, but so the Porsche, it's a super fun vehicle, great acceleration, braking is perfection. I never struggle with braking at all, even with the power being so much higher, and even just the downforce of the vehicle. Since we can add aero parts right around the vehicle, the handling is so different and it just keeps the vehicle absolutely planted to the ground. And if you do want to step it out, well, you can get the vehicle sideways, but trust me, it will end you. So do be careful, but when you get behind the wheel of it, you will thank me later. It's an amazing engine swap, and if you have the money or the time or the car or just any reason, try this engine swap out. It's guaranteed to give you a smile on your face. So with all this being said, I hope you guys did go on to enjoy this video. Don't forget, leave a like and subscribe for more Gran Turismo 7 content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.